Hi, I'm Sienna. At 62, I never thought I'd be starting over again, but life has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. Mom, you know you don't have to stay in this big house alone. There's plenty of room at our place. That was my son, Marcus, 3 days after we buried my husband of 40 years. His offer was sincere, his eyes still red from the funeral. I couldn't impose on you and Vanessa. You've only been married 8 months. Nonsense. Vanessa loves you. We were talking about it last night. It'll be temporary, just until you figure out your next steps. I remember the day I moved in. Vanessa greeted me with a hug that felt almost genuine. She was everything a mother could want for her son. Beautiful, educated, and charming. At least that's what I thought. Sienna, I set up the guest room with fresh linens. I put some flowers in there too. I know how much you love tulips. The first few weeks were pleasant. Vanessa would ask for cooking advice, and we'd spend evenings watching those home renovation shows she loved. This beef stew is amazing. Did your mother teach you this recipe? No, I learned it from a neighbor when Marcus was little. Money was tight back then. Well, it's delicious. You'll have to show me how to make it sometime. But around month 3, things began to change. The invitations to join them for dinner became less frequent. Vanessa started making comments under her breath when I'd enter a room. Oh, I didn't realize you were home. Marcus and I were having a private conversation. One evening, I overheard them arguing in the kitchen. Your mother reorganized my spice rack again. I can't find anything now. She's just trying to help, Vanessa. Well, I don't need her help. This is my kitchen. Lower your voice. She might hear you. I don't care if she hears me. This was supposed to be temporary, remember? The atmosphere grew increasingly tense. Vanessa would accidentally bump into me in hallways or sigh loudly when I'd use the living room while she was home. Then came the incident with Elena, my best friend of 30 years. Sienna, I think it's better if you visit your friends elsewhere. Last time Elena was here, she spilled coffee on my new rug. That was an accident. She offered to pay for cleaning. It's not about the money. This is my house, and I get to decide who comes over. I didn't miss the emphasis on my house, though Marcus had bought it before they were married. Everything came to a head last Tuesday. I was reading in the sunroom when Vanessa stormed in, face flushed. We need to talk. This living arrangement isn't working anymore. What do you mean? I'm tired of feeling like a guest in my own home. Marcus is too nice to say anything, but we need our space back. Has Marcus mentioned? This isn't about what Marcus has or hasn't said. I want you out by the end of the week. But no buts. Figure it out. I'm sure Elena would be happy to take you in. I didn't argue, didn't cry. I simply nodded, went to my room, and started packing. When Marcus came home, Vanessa was all smiles. He had no idea what had transpired. That night, I called Elena, explained the situation, and by morning, I was gone, leaving only a note telling Marcus I needed some independence. I wouldn't drag my son into this. Not yet, anyway. Elena's spare bedroom wasn't much, but it felt more welcoming than the lavish guest suite I'd just left. The walls were painted a faded yellow, with framed photos of her grandkids covering nearly every inch. I've got fresh coffee and those blueberry muffins you like. Come sit before they get cold. You didn't have to go through all this trouble, Elena. Trouble? Please. After 40 years of friendship, you think making breakfast is trouble? Now tell me what that witch did. I sipped my coffee, the familiar comfort of Elena's kitchen loosening the knot in my chest. You know what kills me? Marcus has no idea. She's so careful around him. That's how these types operate. All sugar when the target's watching, all vinegar when they're not. Target? You make it sound like she planned this? Didn't she? Think about it. How long did Marcus know her before they got married? The question hit me like a bucket of cold water. 6 months. They'd only dated 6 months. The doorbell interrupted my realization. Elena peeked through the curtains and grinned. Well, look who it is. James Thompson. Get in here, you handsome devil. James, Marcus's best friend since 3rd grade, stood awkwardly in the doorway holding a casserole dish. My mom sent this when she heard about your situation, Sienna. though I think it's just an excuse. She's been trying to fatten me up for years. James, what are you doing here? Elena called me, said you might need some friendly faces. We settled in the living room, the conversation inevitably turning to Marcus and his new wife. When was the last time you saw my son, James? He shifted uncomfortably. About 4 months ago. We were supposed to go fishing last weekend, tradition, you know? But he canceled last minute, said Vanessa had planned some charity thing. Which charity? That's just it. I checked. There wasn't any event. Elena leaned forward. That's not all. Tell her what happened at the Christmas party. Vanessa cornered me by the punch bowl, told me Marcus was trying to distance himself from his bachelor buddies, said he found our stories embarrassing and immature. My stomach twisted. That doesn't sound like Marcus at all. It's not. But when I tried to talk to him about it, he got defensive, said I was imagining things. After James left, Elena's daughter Michelle stopped by. She worked in HR at a large company and had access to background check databases. Hey, Aunt Sienna, Mom filled me in. Thought you might want to know what I found on your daughter-in-law. You didn't. I absolutely did. Vanessa Pearson? Except that wasn't always her name. She was Vanessa Collins until 3 years ago. Before that, Vanessa Mitchell. She's been married before? Twice. Both wealthy men. Both marriages lasted less than 2 years. And here's the kicker. Both ended with significant financial settlements in her favor. That night, I couldn't sleep. I scrolled through Marcus's social media, noticing how his friend circle had shrunk drastically in the past year. No more fishing trips, poker nights, or college reunions. Then I saw it. A notification from our joint family cloud account. Marcus had set it up years ago so we could share photos. But what popped up wasn't a photo. It was a scanned document from Vanessa's email. A loan application with Marcus's forged signature, dated 3 weeks ago, for $75,000. Oh, Marcus, I whispered to the empty room. What has she gotten you into? I stared at the loan document with Marcus's forged signature. The next morning, I called Elena's daughter. Michelle, I need to dig deeper on Vanessa. There's something seriously wrong here. Already on it. Come by my office at lunch. Michelle's sleek office contrasted with the wooden desk where she'd done homework as a child. I pulled everything on both ex-husbands, she said, sliding a folder across her desk. Robert Mitchell and Andrew Collins. Both filed police reports after their divorces. Police reports? For what? Harassment, threats, vandalism. Both withdrew their complaints within days, like they got scared off. I flipped through the pages, each detail more disturbing than the last. The pattern's identical, Sienna. She marries well-off men, isolates them, then either drains their accounts or forces a profitable divorce. That afternoon, I bought a small recording device over Elena's objections. You sure about this? This is crossing a line. She crossed it first when she forged my son's signature. 2 days later, I visited Marcus at his office, planting the device in his jacket pocket. That night, the recordings made my blood boil. You spent how much on your mother's birthday gift? Are you kidding me? It's my money, Vanessa. Our money. Which we wouldn't be so short on if you hadn't wasted it on that worthless investment your friend James suggested. Later, another exchange. Late session again? It's almost 10 p.m. Do you want me to get fat? Derek says evening workouts burn more calories. Finding Derek was easy. Vanessa's social media was filled with gym selfies tagging at Derek Fit Life. I'm looking for training sessions, I told the receptionist. My daughter-in-law Vanessa speaks highly of Derek. 20 minutes later, I accidentally bumped into him in the parking lot. You're Derek, right? Vanessa Baker's trainer? His face showed guilt, then panic. Yeah, I train Vanessa. Funny, I thought her evening session would be over by now. Evening session? I haven't seen Vanessa today. My last client was at 5. His left hand showed a tan line where a wedding ring had been. Look, I don't want any trouble. Neither do I, but my son deserves the truth. I confronted Vanessa at her favorite coffee shop, placing a folder on the table. What are you doing here? I know everything. The loans, Derek, your ex-husbands. You don't know anything. I have proof. All of it. If you breathe a word to Marcus, I'll destroy you. Restraining orders, harassment charges, elder abuse claims. I'll make sure you never see your son again. I stood calmly. This is a copy. The originals are safe. You have 24 hours to come clean to Marcus, or I will. Back at Elena's, I organized everything methodically. Financial documents, background checks, recordings, photos of Vanessa and Derek. You ready for this? Elena asked, watching me label the final folder. No, but Marcus deserves better, and I'll be damned if I let her take another penny from him. The 24 hours I gave Vanessa came and went. I wasn't surprised when Marcus called, his voice tight with anger. Mom, we need to talk. Can you meet me at Riverside Park? The bench by the old oak? I arrived early, clutching the folder of evidence. Marcus showed up with dark circles under his eyes. Did she tell you anything? Nothing, but I found the loan papers in her desk drawer. Then I started looking through our accounts. There's money missing, Mom. A lot of money. I handed him the folder. There's more. His hands shook as he flipped through the pages. When he reached the photos of Vanessa and Derek, his face crumpled. How long have you known? Not long. A week, maybe. Why didn't you tell me immediately? Would you have believed me? Or would you have thought I was just a jealous mother trying to sabotage your marriage? He looked away, confirming my suspicions. I confronted her last night. She denied everything. Said you were making it all up because I kicked you out. I left voluntarily. His head snapped up. What? She told me you were planning to move out anyway, that you wanted your independence back. Marcus, she demanded I leave, said I had until the end of the week. 3 days later, I sat in Elena's kitchen while Marcus confronted Vanessa at their home. Elena kept refilling my coffee cup. Stop pacing. You're making me dizzy. I can't help it. What if she convinces him to forgive her? My phone buzzed with a text. It's done. She's packing, coming to pick you up. Vanessa's downfall was swift and comprehensive. Marcus filed for divorce the next day, freezing their joint accounts after discovering she'd transferred nearly $30,000 to a private account. I've told everyone what happened, Marcus said as we boxed up my things at Elena's. James is putting me in touch with his cousin who's a divorce attorney. Apparently, he specializes in cases like this. Like what? Predatory marriages? Con artists who target successful people. A week later, Vanessa showed up at Elena's door. Her designer clothes had been replaced with jeans and a plain sweater. I need to talk to Sienna, please. Elena looked ready to slam the door in her face. I stepped forward. 5 minutes. On the porch, Vanessa's carefully constructed facade had crumbled. I've lost everything. My friends won't return my calls. The charity board asked me to resign. Derek's gone back to his wife. That's not my problem. I know I treated you badly. I was wrong. If you could just talk to Marcus, tell him I'm sorry. No. Please. I have nowhere to go. You have 2 ex-husbands' settlements. I'm sure you saved something. Her face hardened. You've ruined my life. No, Vanessa. You did that all by yourself. Marcus sold the house a month later. He bought a smaller place closer to downtown and invited me for Sunday dinners. Not to live with him. We both knew those boundaries needed to stay firm. I'm thinking of joining that men's group James mentioned, he told me over lasagna. For people who've been through what I have. That's a good idea. What about you? Elena says you're looking at apartments. Found one yesterday. It's small, but it's mine. Are you sure you don't want to? I'm sure. I love you, but we both need our own space. Later, as I drove back to Elena's, I realized something. In trying to destroy me, Vanessa had inadvertently given me a gift, the push I needed to stand on my own again. I'd be 63 next month, starting over, and for the first time in years, I was genuinely excited about what came next. What would you have done in Sienna's position when Vanessa came begging for forgiveness? Would you have stuck to your guns and refused like Sienna did? Or would you have shown mercy? Is refusing to forgive someone who deeply wronged you a form of strength or weakness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories about standing up to toxic people. New videos every day.